Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I super appreciate it. This week, we're going to be going a little bit out of order, as I've already looked at The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Link's Awakening, and Majora's Mask. With those being said, the next Zelda game that we're going to be looking at is going to be out of order as well, which is going to be Breath of the Wild. I need to make sure that I have time to get the other Zelda games that I want to look at ready, while at the same time giving you guys a review. But this week, we're going to be looking at The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. And it's one of those games that gets an awful lot of hate for some strange reason. I guess the graphics, or I guess some stupid stuff. People don't like it. I actually think it's one of the better games in the series. Let's find out why. Here's the intro. Well, it should be obvious that because the last game of the series was Majora's Mask and was put on the N64, it was considered to be a late cycle of the N64 era. So they wanted their next Zelda game to be on the GameCube, with basically better looking version of Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. With this tech demo showed at Space World 2000, fans hoped that this would be what the next Zelda game would look like. Also, the team had ideas to create more of a cartoonish look using cel-shaded graphics, and the game was changed, and a year later at Space World 2001 the game was shown to fans that were torn with how they look, which is stupid because the graphics look amazing to me. In 2002 at E3 a playable demo was shown and most people said it was tight and smooth and felt like a Zelda game. The game was on a deadline and was actually put on the GameCube March 24th, 2003 in North America under the name Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and then the game was updated and came out September 20th, 2013 on the Wii U in HD. The story begins with a tale of Ocarina of Time, after the hero finished off Ganondorf and left the land never to return. Ganon escaped and is now set ablaze to the Golden Land. However, to keep Ganondorf from the clutches of evil, people believed the hero of time would return, but the hero did not. The people appealed to the gods to see if there was anything that could happen. However, it was felt by the gods to flood the world so that the evil one does not come back, which is where the game begins on a small island of Outset, a peaceful land, and it cuts to a goofy looking Link where his sister informs him that it is his birthday and to head to his grandma's house, where she gives him a tunic that young men are supposed to wear at that age. Link puts on the outfit and heads outside, and after a bird with a girl in his talons drops the girl into the forest above, our hero gets a sword and goes to investigate. After defeating a few enemies, Link saves the girl, revealed to be Tetra, the leader of the pirates. After escaping the forest, the bird kidnaps Link's sister, and it is up to him to save her. And after almost falling off a cliff, seriously, I get being a hero, but this is ridiculous, Link decides to save her to go with the pirates off to the Forsaken Fortress. Link makes it to the Forsaken Fortress and getting sneakily past the Moblin guards. I am Barrel Man, hear me roar. Link finds his sister, tries to save her and escape. However, the annoying bird grabs Link as a mysterious figure telling him to fling Link, and he does so. Link wakes up in a boat on a new island called Windfall. The boat, named the King of Red Lions, is going to help Link but does not have a sail. Link gets a sail and is tasked to get 3 pearls. He goes to a volcano, a forest, and then one is just given to him. Okay, I guess they just ran out of time in development to make a 3rd dungeon, but okay, I guess. Link then proceeds to place the 3 pearls and then opens the Tower of the Gods. Link is tasked to use his strength and skill to get through the gods' test. Link passes the test and at this point goes into Hyrule Castle under the sea. He gets the Blade of Evil's Bane, the Master Sword. The King of Red Lions and Link head back to the Forsaken Fortress to end the test once and for all. Link makes it to the evil Ganon to save the world and try to end the ordeal. Link frees the girls and his sister and takes on the evil one's bird. Link then makes it to Ganon, where he fails to beat him up. He takes Tetra back to Hyrule Castle and is revealed to be the one and only Zelda. What? Well, that joke sucks. Shut up before I sit on you. And is also revealed the Blade of Evil's Bane lost its light and needs to find ways to be able to have the sword gain its light again. With the help of Makar and Melody, Link makes it to the Earth Temple and the Wind Temple and has one final mission to find the Triforce pieces, which I will complain about later. Why complain about the Triforce hunt? It's not that bad. Well, I guess I'm gonna complain about it now. Let me go into this version first. I don't mind this version because 5 pieces are basically given to you, which is very nice. However, if you decide that you don't have a Wii U and you would like to play this game on the GameCube version, you need to find all 8 charts and have them deciphered by Tingle. Ugh, I hate you so freaking much. And you need to pay him a sum of 398 rupees each. Yes, 8 times 398. You could do the math or watch some Call Me Johnny's review to get the amount. Luckily, you only have to pay for 3 in this version, but it's literally at this point like eating a good meal, but at the end you have to stop and then go back in an hour. It doesn't work for the story to stop the plot. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Link gets the Triforce pieces and heads to Ganon's tower. With a few challenges along the way, Link makes it to Ganon, where the final showdown begins. Link defeats Ganon, as the king gets his wish to keep Ganon sealed, and the game ends with the credits rolling. Well, the story for this game is more exquisite for the marathon, but Zelda standards, it's the same. I mean, Zelda is in it, and Ganon is your bad guy. It's just how it works for the most part. However, the Triforce pieces are stupid, and to go back to tradition that has not been visited since the first game in 1986 is just ludicrous to me. I don't understand what they were thinking with that. Even though you only have to pay for 3 in this version, it's still annoying and tedious to have to find 8 shard pieces like you did in the first game. All in all, the story is good, but not amazing. Story-wise, I do think this game is hit or miss. It does have some great characteristics to make a great Zelda story, and it is typical for a Zelda story. I just don't like how it stops when you're getting close to the end of the game. Just for a Triforce hunt. It's so stupid and kind of annoying, and I don't really like that aspect of it.
You just didn't understand it.
Oh, stop being a crybaby, you stupid nerd. Well, with that, let's get the gameplay out of the way. I think Zelda Wind Waker has probably the simplest gameplay as far as 3D games goes. I mean, item-wise, you have your standard bow, hook shot, iron boots, and the works. There are a couple of different items such as the grapple hook, which can allow you to get across gaps and get treasure along the sea. You have the leaf, which allows you to float across gaps and also throw enemies to the ground by means of using the wind. And there's also bait, which can be very tedious to fill up your map on. Because the thing with Wind Waker is that you're constantly moving through the ocean on a boat in the water. I actually don't mind this method of travel, but there are definitely some complaints about it that most people don't like. And it can get extremely boring in certain places of the game. However, you can get this item, the Swift Sail, which can make sailing so much easier in this version. And in certain cases, from getting to a part of the world to another, being so much faster. And for filling out your map, it only took me maybe an hour, whereas I remember it taking me so much time on the GameCube, where it got into the days category. So yes, the Swift Sail is great. Get it. I mean it.
But the Swift Sail is for noobs.
Okay, now you're just talking out your butt.
No, I mean it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
If you really mean that, you're uneducated.
But I have a PhD.
I don't care. You have no education. But other than that, it's your basic as heck Zelda. You swing your sword, you use the hook shot and bow and arrows and things of that nature. And there are new items, like I said, like the grapple hook to help you gain treasure and get across gaps by means of swinging like Spider-Man. Woo yeah! There's also magic armor, which can help you take no damage if you use rupees. There are also 2 bags, the bait bag, which can help you fill up the map, and can also help you to gain some heart pieces along the way. And speaking of heart pieces, there are 44 in this game, and also a new item called treasure charts. They can also help you gain more pieces of heart and gain treasure. I like this method of getting things like this because it makes the game feel a bit more balanced. With story progression and side questing. I think it's a really good idea because it makes the adventure more streamlined for new players, but as experienced explorers will love the exploration of this game. But back to what I was saying before. You also have the delivery bag for letters and other goodies like that. There's a quest where you can get 20 feathers for this dude, and another quest to have you deliver letters and things like that. All in all, for the most part, it's just the same gameplay. Now, this game with a different looking game after Majora's Mask. As I stated, a tech demo was shown to look like this, had a drastic change in how the graphics look. Now, for me, I love the graphics in this game. They do look cartoonish, and from what I understand, Miyamoto wanted this to be the graphics for Ocarina of Time, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But like I said, these graphics are awesome. I love the way this game looks. The graphics besides the update in HD are near identical from the GameCube to the HD version, which just shows how well they've aged. And to me, really shows how great the GameCube was graphically. Just an HD upgrade, and it's set to look so spectacularly. Sure, some of the colors can get washed out with some of the Wii U lighting, but I never really got bothered by that. One thing for certain with this game, it is super colorful and very eye-catching, and I love how that looks. I love the graphics in this game so freaking much. To me, this is the best looking 3D Zelda game so far that I've looked at, besides Link's Awakening on the Switch, but there may be another Zelda game that'll change my mind.
Breath of the Wild?
Shut up, you fish-head!
Well, I'm just trying to help.
You can help by stapling your mouth shut.
Okay, now you're just a jerk face.
Well, you're a stupid nerd, so quiet. Anyway, combat-wise though, I think this is my favorite in the series. Well, at least 3D-wise. It is easy to pick up and control. It's just perfect. The movesets are limited, but man, I really just love how in control you are when you're playing this game with Link, as far as the swordplay goes. I love how much fun it is when you get the Master Sword, which can help you pick up speed and kill enemies super quick, which is so satisfying. The music in this game is awesome. Not my favorite, but it's not a terrible soundtrack. This game has some great music. I love the Forsaken Fortress and Dragon Roost themes, just to name a few. But even the sailing music has a great sense of adventure, and honestly, it would be perfect to me, but the dungeon themes are kind of forgettable. So I'm not really keen on those at all for the most part, but other themes in this game are really great, and I really do think this soundtrack is in the like category, just not in the love category. But I would definitely put this in my top 10 best soundtracks in the series. Well, with that being said, I think Wind Waker is a pretty awesome game. I would say this is my third favorite in the 3D games. I do think there are small things that could be done to make it a perfect game, but I can easily overlook those flaws, especially with the fixes that were made in the HD version. Anyways, folks, next week I'm going to be looking at the top 10 best Zelda soundtracks, and then the week after that, the top 10 best dungeons. So we're not going to be looking at a full-fledged Zelda game for a while, just to help me be able to record footage for the next couple of games coming up. Anyway, take care everybody and have a fantastic day.